Hello, hello! Welcome to Taiji here online. Our Tuesday class at noon, which we will be continuing until we get back to our space. Yeah, we don't know when that will be, but if you're joining us here, we're glad to have you. So we'll build a little bit on what we did last week, but as always, we just repeat everything that we've done. We'll just keep adding to it. Feel free to go back and look at some of the other classes if you want to catch up or see what we were doing back then. And as always, go ahead and ask questions in the live chat. And I will try to get to them after the lesson. Okay, so let's get warmed up. So, as always, we're going to start with our bouncing energy. So, right here, sit back, come back up, and then just relax the body and let it kind of shake. And don't do this, right? Just go straight up and down. And always remember, we're trying to keep our torso nice and elongated. Neck is stretching up. Head is tilting slightly down. And we feel like we are like a little kid, again, standing against the door, measuring ourselves and trying to make ourselves taller. So always feel that kind of feeling in your torso, like you're trying to get taller. All right. And we come to a stop. Okay, next one here. We're going to do forward arm circles, bringing the hand up to the hip, go straight out up to the shoulder, bring it into the shoulder, bring the other one up, make 2 circles on either side of the body. Do 10 of these on each side. And we reverse, so out from the shoulder, and into the hip. And come to a stop. Okay. So now we're going to get over this way a little bit. We're going to shift all of our weight onto our left leg. We're going to take a small step out with our right foot. Our right hand is going to come up to the face. We're going to sit onto the right foot, turn the torso, and then as if we're throwing something away, let it drop. Then our left hand's coming up over that. Shift, turn, and then we make it one smooth motion. Trying to keep it at a nice, comfortable depth for people. If you feel like you can do more, you can, of course, get down a little lower, right? But right here is fine. And when you're doing it, when you're paying attention to your count, you're going to do it 10 times on each side. Okay. Stepping up back to this position here. Try to center myself a little bit more. Okay. Now, feet together. We're going to bring our hips back, chest forward, do not bend the spine. So we're basically sticking our butt back. Right? Keep the knees straight. We're going to bring the hands to the front of our body, and then we're going to come up. We're going to open the chest up, push the hips forward, come up onto the toes. Right? So Down, and you're looking forward. And reverse it. Oops. A little bit wonky on that. 5 on each side, or 5 in each direction. Okay. On to push the mill. We are here. So we're going to shift our weight onto the right leg here. Step in. Step out to the left diagonal. Hands come to chest level. They don't move up or down. This is where they stay. And we go forward. Counterclockwise circles. We're going to step in, go out to the other side. 5 more. This time going clockwise. Let me try to reorient. This. There we go. Okay, now. Okay, so we're going clockwise here. Step in, back out, continue clockwise with the upper body. And then step in, back out, and then go counterclockwise again. And now with the feet, as I'm going here, like this, step up, back up to the beginning position. Okay. You can then orient your feet so that they're going straight forward again. Okay. So, next up. Child worships the moon, hands together, fingertips touching, thumbs overlap the first joint. Okay. There's a prescription for which one goes on top. In reality, it doesn't much matter. But we don't want to have palms together. We have fingertips touching. Like this. Okay. Now, I don't much need to see my feet anymore. Okay, so right here, right side of the body, leading with the fingertips. Up, shoulder, waist, hip, knee, hip, waist, shoulder, center, and up. And this side, up, shoulder, waist, hip, knee, hip, waist, shoulder, center, and up. Again, up, shoulder, waist, hip, knee, hip, waist, shoulder, center, and up. Up, shoulder, waist, hip, knee, knee, hip, waist, and shoulder. Center. Okay. One more time inside. Up, shoulder, waist, hip, knee, knee, hip, waist, shoulder, center, and up. And last time. Up, shoulder, waist, hip, knee, knee, hip, waist, and shoulder. Center, and up. Okay. And we'll end there for the warm-up. If anybody has any questions on that, go ahead and throw them up there. I will check. Nothing yet, so okay. Okay, so what is important with that particular exercise is that everything is going very natural. The breathing is very simple. There are certain ways that you can match the breathing prescriptively. Like say you're inhaling when you do this, exhaling when you do that. But generally at the beginning, it's more advantageous simply to breathe as naturally as you can, right? Keep breathing. Do not hold your breath during this exercise or the Taiji. We want to be. Okay. One of the reasons that we are moving so slowly is so that we can match our breath to these motions, right? Now, if you're practicing this for martial arts, you of course will not be moving at this speed when you do the martial art, right? These movements and these slow actions are designed to have a particular type of effect. Now, we can argue on whether or not that effect was intended, but the effect remains. As we get more mindful of our movement corrects itself. We find more efficient ways of doing things, and we lower our risk of injury as we get better at that. So we always want to remember that. Okay, so let us start out here with the first two movements. Well, we can start out here with what we can call silk reeling, which is just these movements here with the arm that we've done, these inside and outside circles. So let's go through those here. So we'll get into a kind of comfortable mabu. Okay, so wide. Go to whatever depth you feel comfortable, but make sure that you are sitting back into your hips. You feel the effort in your upper thighs and stuff like that, not so much in your knees. All right? Okay, so now we'll take our right hand, we bring it up, we're going to bring it down, up, here. See? And yes, shift just a little bit with our our lower body. Let me get back to where I can see what I'm doing. Good. And this is our first one, which corresponds to cloud hands, which we have not gotten to yet, but we will. Okay. Now we're going to reverse it. Brush knee, push. With the feet, if you're interested, when I'm acting this way, this arm and this leg shun, which means same side. This side, which means cross. Okay, and left hand. Notice this is an entire body coordination. Okay. Moving my legs, shifting my weight, turning my body, rotating my arm. And the other side. Okay, bring the other hand in there. We'll start here. Okay. And okay. Come back up. Want to? Inhale. Exhale. Same thing happens with your torso when you inhale. Inhale. And then when we exhale, get tall. It's almost like you're pushing yourself up onto something. In through the nose. You can go out through the mouth or the nose, not in through the mouth. Okay. All right. Do we have anything Not yet. Okay, we will continue here. Make sure that. Okay. Social media channels are quiet, so we continue. Let's begin with brush the bird's tail. So I'm going to start from here. We'll do it once on each side. We'll just go through them piecemeal here. I'll show you the whole exercise when it warms up and I can get outside and get a little bit more space. So, and people can go outside. Okay, so we're going to start here. Let's start with our traditional opening, which is gathering up leaves. And then floating in a small boat. We're down, turn, do 1, 2, down, okay. Come back. Doing this at a slight angle to the camera. So we're going to get slightly different vantage points. All right, so brush the bird's tail. Now, brush knee. So we're going to start by turning out, lifting up the knee, brushing, bringing this to behind the ear, step, shift forward, and chop. Bring this back, come up, brush, sink, step, shift and chop. Release, bring it back. Now I can do the circle. Brush, sink, step, shift, chop. One more time. Up, brush, sink, step, shift and chop. All right, so that's what we have so far. The next one we have, we've done going forward, now we're doing backward. So the one we do backwards, Ho, which is usually translated as repulse the monkey, or step pack repulse monkey, or something like that. But it's the way I was taught it, the image is of a monkey stepping backward and defending itself. I mean, so clawing at somebody's eyes while walking backward. So there's some monkey imagery happening. So what we're going to do to start it off, we're standing in Wuji, or actually we'll start in Gongu. We're here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back like this. And then we're going to bend our elbow just like we were doing with brush knee. Bring that front foot in with this hand. Step back and extend the fingers forward. I'm doing this hand shape right there. The traditional name for it is two dragons play with pearls, right? These are the pearls. You can also call it the curly, whichever you want. So, you poke somebody in the eyes back there. Now, we've got all of our weight off of our front foot back like this. So that when we go back here and do the same thing, this just comes in. Okay? You see that? Now notice that my whole body turns with my hips. So even if I'm not doing the hand shape here, I'm just going to push forward. If I do it with the open hand shape here, my teacher used to call that eagle clutches the face, or golden eagle clutches the face. Throw in some poetic characters there. So when we grab here, we go back, and you see how my body is opening up like this, and then it's turning, flattening out again, and then it will open up yet again. We do it from this side over here, and I go back like this. Okay, here, and then I'm opening up this way. You see? This relates, as far as I can see mechanically, on how you exert a little bit of force going forward when you are moving backward, which is a difficult prospect. So I've had luck using this motion to train that type of thing. If that is interesting to some people out there. Anyway, to continue, if we don't have a whole lot of space in here, I will do it facing to the side here so you can see the back and forth. Okay? So if I start here and I go here, I pull in, I step back, I open up, I pull in again, and I step back. Okay. Again, limited space. Do what you can with what you got. I'm only being able to take a couple of steps here, and I have to keep them very, very small because I will traverse this whole thing together. But the idea is such that you can, you see, move back that way, right? As I move back that way, I can exert force going forward while I'm kind of sliding backward. Now, where does that come into handy? Well, somebody's grabbed your wrist here. You can come underneath it and then do a kind of splitting or rending motion, which we'll get into next week a little bit more. But you'll see. So these build up onto each other thusly. The first thing here is this grab, which we call Tai. Okay? Here. So after I finish this one here, okay, I'm going to come back, grab with this hand. See? Tai. I shrink down into the center here and go out. Okay? As I sink down into my stance, and again, if you can, and you want to, you can go lower. down there, right? Whichever you want, right? Whatever you can do, whatever feels most advantageous for you. Try to keep it within your ability level. Challenge should be there, but the physical challenge we want to keep to a minimum, because most of what you will be doing in a useful situation is going to be done from a standing position. You're not going to be from a half crouch. People who are into fighting, into wrestling, that kind of thing, they will have a little bit more reason to do that, because they're going to be very much in their athletic ready. But if you're using this to augment your other sports, obviously stance is something that you want to take into account. Okay, so I'll do it from this direction so you can see what happens from the front. So if I'm here like this, the first thing I'm going to do is bring this hand back like that. I bring this hand up as I shift back. I grab with this front hand, turn my body, step back, and poke forward. See? Then I do the same thing here. Grab, up, in, and out. You see? Okay? So it's the opposite cousin to brush knee. Okay? We're up here. But we're still doing these same motions, you see? I go here, boom, boom. Right? These are just kind of happening kind of more in front of us, but they're like that. It's the monkey aspect of it. When you get into that kind of thing, lowering the center, right? That's where all of these things kind of come from. For most people, just make sure you're sinking into that leg, right? You see, when you start to understand the motion, you can do stuff like this where you can move in other directions other than the prescribed one. But for now, just kind of keep it there. All right, let's see what we have here. I don't look like we have any questions here on YouTube. And nothing elsewhere, so let's continue here. Okay, so let's run through monkey stepping back one more time. We'll go through that motion there, and we can run through a little bit of the form, whatever I can fit in this little space, and take it from there. Okay. Okay, so I'll start out over here. We will start off from brush knee, back, grab, push, back, grab, boom, boom, here. Yeah, you can get creative with the footwork there. Okay. All right, I will turn around here, and you can follow along with a little bit of the set here that I got. will probably go to about here. So. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so there we go there. See, somebody said no questions, but finding it helpful. I'm glad. Okay, so we'll review kind of what we went over today, which is the backwards motion here. Notice that when I'm going forward, I'm creating force in this crossed pattern, like what we did last time, right? And when I'm going backward, I'm creating power in that same line by turning the whole apparatus that way. That's really the lesson we want to go here. With the hands, this is just becoming a very small brush knee, but we've got, that's what this is corresponding to. Okay? When we get into the next one, we're going to start using the other circle. That's going to lead us to cloud hands. So, okay. I'll check one more time here with everybody. I don't see anything there. We don't have anything here. So that is all I have for today. We will end it there. Hopefully people following at home finding this helpful, enjoying it. Again, ask any questions. You can do it in the comments after this goes up on the page, and I'll try to address them in the next class. Otherwise, have a good day. Everybody stay safe and healthy out there. Try to stay active, but keep that social distancing up. All right. From all of us here, we'll see you later. Have a good day.